Hi friends, and welcome to our channel, Mornings at Sunrise Cottage. My name is Vicki Ann, and today we're starting a new 14-day series. And the series is I have COVID, and I'm quarantined for 14 days starting today. So I wanted to kind of keep you updated and see how I managed to get through these 14 days in quarantine. And so I'm going to kind of tell you my little story about getting COVID. I had felt a little tired, and I thought it was where I'd been outside working or whatever. And then I had a headache, but I have migraines every once in a while, so didn't really think anything about that. And I had taken a nap when we got in. I was just so tired that I sat down and I was taking a nap. And when I woke up, I felt like I might have a temperature. So Neil took my temperature, and it was 101.7. So he said, I think you have something. Let's go down and have you checked. So we went down to the urgent care center because it was probably about 7:30 then. And we went down. They did a COVID test, a flu test, and a strep screen. We'd been down there on Monday because Neil thought he might have something. And when he had the screenings, he did not have any of that. He just had a sinus infection. So I thought that's what I was going to go do, sinus infection. So I'd go down and get some medicine and be right home. So the doctor came out and he said that I had COVID. So I didn't go back in. So then he went to check Neil again. He checked Neil again, and Neil still did not have it. So then he sent me over to the hospital, and they were really nice to me there, and they took me in. They were going to give me an infusion, and there's two different kinds of the infusions, and I had the BAM. It's a combination of two different medicines that I could never hope to pronounce. So I think it just goes by BAM to ordinary people. So what they do, they have to get your weight and your height, and I guess they must too. They have to mix that medicine up right there on site, and it takes a while. The doctor came in and checked me, and I had my lungs were clear. The only thing really that he could find, by that time even my temperature was showing up normal. The only thing that he could find was I had some fluid behind my ear. So I guess where I'd had the shots, the two Pfizer shots, that was kind of keeping it down. So you have to wait while they mix it, and that takes quite a while. I think it took about an hour before they got it mixed for me. And of course, I read all of the paperwork to make sure it was something that I wanted to take. And I still wasn't sure, but I felt like that was my best alternative. So then they mixed it up, and meanwhile, they had started an IV for me. Just put the little needle in, as you can see, which it didn't hurt at all. The girl did a wonderful job, the nurse did. It's just that I'm allergic to like tape. It makes a place on me. So that was nothing that was their fault. So then when they had it ready, they brought it up and they started me the drip. And it took about 25 to 35 minutes. And I had read that the slower they dripped it in, the fewer side effects it had. So I made sure to tell them to just take their time on that. And so they did. And then after that was over, they time you, and you have to stay there 1 hour to make sure you don't have any allergic reactions or any side effects from it. And believe me, they write the time down. And so it was an hour when she came back in, and I couldn't even feel the medicine go in. And then I had no side effects at all at that time. Now, we don't know what will happen in the future, but we don't with most of the injections or different medicines that we have, not just now, but on anything that we take. You don't find out about most of those for many years later, so you just have to make the best decision that you can make. So they took everything out, and they had also been testing my breathing, and it was fine during this. And Neil came and picked me up, and then because, you don't really want anyone to be around you if you have COVID. So I sent him home, and he came back to pick me up. And of course, both of us had masks on, and we came home, and I am quarantining in our master bedroom. I've got everything I need in here. He brings my food to me. And so now he's having to do the dishes. He'll have to do the laundry and everything for the next 14 days. So I would say he will be quite busy. He usually does most of the cooking, if not all, and I do the dishwashing and the laundry. We kind of split all of our tasks up between us. And now a lot of it's going to fall on him. But I'm going to make sure I stay in here so he does not end up with this also. But what have I done today? I have read my Bible, which I normally do every day. I've read my devotional. And right now I am reading the Charles Stanley devotional. We did that one this year. Another one by another pastor last year. We select one every year and read it with our Bible. And so I did all my reading, and then I talked to some friends and family on the phone. I wanted to make sure everybody knew that I had COVID. I think it's really important that we don't hide that we have COVID. I think we just need to say, I have COVID, so watch out for me. But you won't have to watch out for me because I'll be right in this room for the next 14 days. And I've watched some TV. I'd like to do something that would be, I may do some type of craft or something to occupy my time. And I've got some books in there I haven't read, so I will probably read some of those. But that's what I'll be doing for the next 14 days. And I miss my boy so much. He came to the window today. I'm going to try my best to be positive and get through this. And I'm not having pain like a lot of people have or anything like that. They tell me what to watch for. If I have any of that, I'm to go back to the hospital. But I think I'm doing really good, and I really credit a lot of that to taking that vaccine, because although it's been probably about 9 months, there's probably still some antibodies in my system. I'm sure that's helping me. And the medicine that I took, when I read on it, it said that they gave this to people to keep them from getting it. So it puts antibodies in your system. So, or that's what I understood. So I feel good about taking it. The reason we chose to take it, our son and our daughter-in-law are teachers, and they work in a school system, and then they come down to visit us on the weekends and make sure that we protect ourselves as much as we can. Because with COVID, you may go days without knowing that you have it. I do not know about the booster. I'm still considering that. I can't take it for so long after I've had COVID, so I'll have to wait for a certain amount of time before I can take it, I understand. So that'll give me time to try to make a rational, good decision for me. And I think that's what everybody has to do, is make that decision for themselves. But it absolutely does give you a different perspective once you have had COVID. Now, I'm blessed in that I'm doing really good, but others are not as fortunate as I've been. So, friends, you all have a wonderful day, and I pray that none of you get COVID. And may God bless you and your family this wonderful Christmas season.